But if you don't hear that skeleton yelling, then I just want you to know that it's actually that he is yelling. It's just that you are yelling at the same time because that's how scary he is.
Right.
Okay, so one night in a small American town, a young ghoul threw a party and invited all of her friends from school. There was a large group of boys and girls, and as the night went on, they began telling scary stories. One boy said he had heard an urban legend about an old graveyard that was located near the girl's house.
Mm-hmm.
According to the story, an old woman had been buried in the middle of the cemetery, and there were rumors that she was in fact a witch. They said that if someone stood on her grave at midnight, she would grab them and drag them down to hell, and so they went there, and that happened.
There's so many loose ends in that story. It didn't resolve any of the dramatic tension. I came here for Vince Gilligan levels of cliffhangering. You know what I got? I got some fucker diddling an invisible bitch. And that made me sad. Alright, we need better funny stories. So if our fans could mail in some scary stories to us, we will read them out loud and critique them and hold them to the standard of Vince Gilligan. Basically, like, when you're picking stories to read out loud on the show, I want you to think, if you heard Vince Gilligan and George R. R. Martin team up to make a movie, and then you go to the theater and watch the story that you're about to read, would you be satisfied? And if you're not satisfied, just keep it to your fucking self.
Oh boy.
Okay. So fucking sick of DayZ. It's like I get on here and I want to have a fun time again, and I just walk around and I die a couple times, and then I get a gun, and then I don't care that I have a gun because nothing matters anymore, and zombies can't kill you unless I purposely jump off a building, which is what I always do because I get bored.
Okay.
Remember like the first months of DayZ when it was like scary and had tension?
Yeah, I shot a guy to death with a sniper rifle.
Yeah, like remember we'd get in like gunfights and like our hearts would be pounding. We'd be like, oh my god, and then we'd like pull a few zombies and be like, oh fuck, oh no, it's all gone downhill. It's all gone downhill. We gotta get out of town. Now I just get on it and I just look at this fucking walk cycle where it's like the same animation over and over. Glitches happen. Like I get damaged in some stupid way, and so I figure I might as well just respawn, and so I let zombies kill me, and then just.
Oh god.
I'm gonna find a story and read it to you, okay?
Okay. Are you sure you don't want me to look up funny George?
See, that's the thing. I'm really gonna get you because I'm gonna start telling you a story, and you're not gonna know whether it's gonna be funny or scary. Okay.
Funny
so here we go.
George R. R. Martin and Steven Seagal.
All right, here we go.
Team up.
This is story time.
4 kids.
I have a really good
Iron
story,
Chef
locked and loaded. I just need to pull the trigger. You need to close your mouth for that to happen.
Iron Chef America.
I already got the story. You don't need to be looking for stories.
All
right, here we go. One summer, I happened to have access to a... God damn it. One summer, I happened to have access to a very large amount of mushrooms. I had bought an ounce of psilocybe science mushrooms. And me and my friends had already done quite a bit of them. This week, this happened. I had tripped on Wednesday. Friday, I decided I was going to do them again. I ate what was estimated to be 1/2 of an ounce. I also had some psilocybe subenis mushrooms that I had bought at a music festival. They were huge and mostly caps. I ate the same amount of many things, and I ran into the bathroom for some reason. There was a wall-sized mirror in there. The bathroom wasn't very big, though, and I sat on the floor looking at myself in the mirror. My hair appeared to be moving, like snake. Standing near their car, which was parked next to ours, they heard my BF's friend laughing, thought he was laughing at them, and started to yell things towards him. One girl demanded to know letting my BF drive us while tripping was not a good idea either, and normally I would not have done that. I've been tripping other times, and would not drive with someone who was on drugs or drunk. I would say this experience changed me, but also taught me a lot. I definitely learned what not to do. It makes for a pretty funny story now, too, but at the time, it definitely wasn't funny, and I would not want to repeat that experience.
No, I'd say that was a pretty good story, but there's just one big problem with it, and I don't want you to imagine that through the entirety of Breaking Bad, Vince Gilligan was sitting in the corner giggling.
Yeah.
Like, it would just ruin your immersion.
No, it wouldn't. I would like that more.
it ruined my emotion. I was trying to get scared. I kept imagining the skeleton, and he kept giggling.
Well, that's what really pulls it together. It's like, have you ever been to a theater and they have like the
Well,
two
your story
masks?
was sucky, and here's my story. It's along a similar vein. So me and my friends were playing GTA 5 on PS3 and having a great time. Mind you, me and everyone else are all drunk or high. And so, my friend is just driving in the car in the mountains casually as fuck, and my friend says, "Yo, triangles is missiles." And my friend just bails out of the Jeep and dies. And he's like, "Why did I listen to you?" As he is facepalming. We laughed so hard. Thank you for reading. I thought I'd just share.
That was terrible.
Well, at least I
That
didn't
didn't have any
giggle.
mushrooms in it. It didn't have any car rides.
There was a car.
Yeah, but it wasn't like they weren't riding in it.
You don't know that.
It was a digital car.
You don't know that.
My story was real. It had heart. It has 5 stars on shroomery.org.
Your story was from a female perspective, and so
It was last
was
updated in 2010. You don't know that. He could have been gay.
not only was well then I can't connect with that even more. So either way, story I kept losing my emotion, and I couldn't connect with the main character. So
It took place in Tacoma, Washington, where magic happens.
I can't even.
You can
Like,
tell
that's-
it's old
that's
because there's a
even
link at the
farther.
bottom
That's
to
even
share
farther.
on.
I have no idea. I have no idea what the life of a Texan's like. Maybe if you bought in couch in here, he would understand, but I don't.
Tacoma, Washington.
I, uh,
That's not in Texas.
huh?
You said Texas. It's Washington.
Yes.
You know who else lives in Washington?
Yes.
Barack Obama.
Yeah.
And he's come to save the day.
No.
What's the time count on this podcast? 2 minutes?
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go to a letter from the fans. This email is from fixyourcreditscore@areasplash.com, and he says,
I feel like you just sank your fangs into me, and you've drained me of all my humor by telling
and
me
he
that story.
says, if you prefer not to receive further emails from Lexington Law, click here to unsubscribe, and then he lists his address, which is helpful.
Well, that's good that he did that.
You want to do knock-knock jokes?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
It's me. Let me in.
I'm not going to let you into my house unless you tell me who you are. I mean, like, I'm not very good with voice recognition. I mean, I assume you know if you know me.
There's 2 ways this could go. You can let me in, and I can take your TV, and everyone can be fine. Or
I need my TV. That's the only place that I have to watch.
Or I could break your window and kick your dog and take your TV.
I don't feel like you can break that door because it's made out of titanium.
I said the window. Maybe you need to
Someone
get
in the Daisy
wax.
verse just asked me, do you want some fuck? And so I'm going to go to the viewers to ask them what I should respond. What do the viewers say? Check our live feed.
Like for yes, dislike for
I
no.
mean, he's standing right here. He's a real person. I need an answer now.
Share
Now.
for
Now.
Share for America.
America! There, I said America to him.
Dislike for China.
There's no dislike function on Facebook. Nobody's going to be able to vote for China.
Yeah, and this is twitch.com.
You can't do that.
Yes, I can.
You can't do it. It's
I can do
too cruel.
I can do that.
China is a place in a faraway land.
No.
And the people that live there deserve your respect. All right? And if you say
Listen.
that people have to dislike to vote for China, then China's not going to get your respect, and they deserve it.
Listen here, fucker. Jason Dakota Blocker has been to China, and I've touched him, so I've been to China. So I think I know a little bit more about China than you do.
Jason Dakota Blocker is bad at video games.
He's better than you.
No, he's not. He's awful.
I would high five him, but I wouldn't.
Things are
high-five you.
heating up!
I continue my sentiment of I would high five him, but I wouldn't high five you.
I once played a game of Super Smash Bros. Brawl with Jason, and he only picked Kirby, and he only did the B-up move over and over and over and over.
You're just jealous that you don't know that move.
I know that move. I do that move all the time, but I do it
Prove
when
it.
it's necessary.
Prove it.
I do it when it's appropriate.
Prove it.
Okay? I don't do it because it's the only
Prove
thing
it.
I can do. Like that nerd.
Prove it.
You should see what's happening in DayZ, by the way. I threw all of my flares, which is 10 that you spawn with, on the ground at my feet, and then 2 other people also walked up and threw all their flares at my feet, so I now have like 30 flares burning on me.
Prove it.
Alright, I can take a screen cap.
Thank you.
Like the surface of the sun.
Thank God somebody is finally providing proof.
I have to fire up Bandicam just to take a picture to prove things to you. I really wish I hadn't spent like 15 minutes reading that Shroom story because nothing happened in it.
Yeah, I really don't like you.
But I mean,
Like,
we're not going to edit that out or anything, are we?
I turned off the podcast.
Did?
You'll find out in editing.
Well, I can look for stopped recording. Oh, there's no stopped recording. There's only a started. Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know whether to be on or not.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if we are still casting, I need to know. It is so much flair.
Well, I don't deal with racists, so
Why wouldn't you deal with racists?
I find them inferior.
Are you racist against racists?
No, but I've often had the thought, why is he so basic?
I'm not basic. You're basic.
I don't even know what basic means.
Like for Will is basic, share for Brian is basic.
Getting a lot of shares.
Are we?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'll let the fans decide. They say so, then like sure, but I wouldn't have thought so, but...
Well, you know how it is. You win some, you lose some.
As they say, the customer's always right.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, such flares. I really don't know whether to continue to make jokes or not, because you said that you stopped the podcast, so...
I mean, there's a red thing next to my name. Obviously, at some point, a podcast has started again.
Well, I didn't notice the red thing next to your name.
Uh-oh, it's the apocalypse.
Why is it the apocalypse?
First we lost Paul Rudd, then we lost the air lubber, and now we've lost the lower deckman.
Well, if you're starting a new episode of the podcast, shouldn't we say, hello and welcome to the Weisenheimer's Air Superiority server?
No.
Alpha. 8 and 7.